Hello, my friend, and welcome to another replay cast. I want to take a quick moment here at the beginning of this game. Just thank you all for the 4,000 subscribers. Welcome to the community if you're new. If you've been here for a while, gosh, it's been a wild ride the past few years. I started in December of 2019, this side project here, casting Broodwar just for fun, and it's become something that I can really be proud of. I'm very happy with the current situation and how things are going right now with this channel. I'm very happy with the KCM, my co-caster in that KCM, Shun, the best co-caster I've ever found. We've been having a lot of fun with that tournament, and I've been having a lot of fun with these replay casts as well. And I just want to shout out to you guys and just say thank you for the 4,000 subs, and I promise that it continues to get better from here. We're going to keep working on this, we're going to keep improving, and we're going to keep this dream alive. So I've got a great game here for you today. It's 815 versus Paralyze. This was recently played on the ladder. 815 is a guy who's really got my attention recently because Shun actually likes him a lot. He was telling me a bunch about him, how great he is, and how kind of innovative and interesting he is as a Zerg player. And then right after he told me about that, he had an amazing performance in KCM, and his control was just off the chain. So I thought we'd take a look at him, and I found this game versus Paralyze, who is a, not an S tier Protoss player, but a very, very strong Protoss player, high on the ladder right now. Looks like he's harassing this row. It's so annoying. Ugh. I hate it when probes harass your drones in the mineral line. It's something that you have to learn to deal with. Oh my god, he's actually able to hit over that. Are you kidding me right now? He almost gets that drone too, just 10 HP. 2 more hits there, he would have had it. Particle beam, 5 damage. As long as he didn't get a point of healing across, he would have got that kill. So that's super annoying. But as I was saying, Paralyze very strong on the ladder. He's going to be cutting a lot of corners here because he saw that it was indeed a 12 hatch, and he went for a forge first, so he's able to get this nexus down quite quickly, and he's going to have the photon cannon here right as the lings are popping out. Probe here was still full HP, and a gas going to start mining here for the Zerg third base right on this position here. This forward position, not opting to take the center left over here, which, I mean, you can hop one drone over and take that, and it's pretty well protected, or you can take this one out in the front and then get that one for free a little bit later, which it looks like that's the plan here from 815. It's also a bit hard to get like extra drones down there. You can mine this out pretty quickly, but I'm not sure how the timings are for that. Also, the probe can come up here if you're mining on this patch. The probe can run up here, click on this mineral patch, and then as soon as the drone starts mining, you click over, and the probe will hop over, and then you can start building cannons next to the hatchery. And there's really not much that the Zerg player can do about that, so that has to be a factor here as well. First zealot is out on the map. It's gonna start to move towards the enemy base. I don't know where you can hide the zealot here. Maybe this, actually that looks really dirty. This looks like a perfect spot to hide a couple of zealots. So maybe that's like his goal, is to send this guy in when he thinks that the lings are not in position to block him. And they're not really in position right now. Hydras are being produced, so we have a Hydra den somewhere. Okay, there's the Hydra den. Hydras are gonna be the choice here. He's keeping this probe active in the front. He's gonna see if Hydras are coming out here right as they're coming from the natural, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough time. Oh, he almost lost that. I think that was a misclick from 815. He probably should have caught the probe right there, but he sees that we're gonna be having a Hydras bust here. He immediately drops double cannon. He should be throwing down even a third cannon, fourth cannon, fifth cannon as well. As soon as he has the money for that, instead he actually dropped something else. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe building another zealot? I'm not sure, but we only have 3 cannons here, and that's quite a few hydras coming up. I'm just gonna make their way across the map. We've got 1 drone being forgotten under the overlord. This commonly takes place when you've got a rally point and your overlords just fly straight to the rally point. Sometimes the drones can get covered. Very annoying stuff. Hard to deal with that. I don't know how pro players deal with that. I guess they always move their overlords out of the way as soon as they, like when they go back to their rally point, they must be moving their overlords out of the way. Ooh, loses the overlord at the front, but he's got a second. He's got a backup, so we can continue this attack here at the wall. Hatchery being made. I don't see any hydras in production. We're almost supply block, but we're not actually supply block right now. There's a drone. So he is going to make a transition. This is a fake hydra bust here. He wants to force as many cannons as possible, as much of a reaction as possible, and he wants to kill this forge, excuse me. And it looks like he is going to get that, and that's been canceled. So how many forges do we have in the main? Just 1 forge so far. May want to throw down a second forge as well. We've got Psionic Storm. 5 cannons, man. Oh, it's a little scary. I don't know if I like that. 5 cannons is pretty small. That's not a lot of cannons. You got 1 gateway producing High Templars, and Psionic Storm is not done. Had 815 kind of faked that he was not going, you know, a fake Hydralus bus, and then actually pulled out a bunch of Hydras here. If the Corsairs don't scout it, you could come in with like, you know, 8-10 more Hydras and just break this just before the Psionic Storm, but he's not going to do so. He's going to take his edges that he's found so far in this game, and he's just going to roll with them. Go ahead and take a 4th base. As I said before, that 4th in the back is a good location to choose. Gonna saturate this 2nd gas. He has his upgrades on the way here, and the layer is gonna finish up. Let's see if he starts lurker upgrade right away here. Appears that he's not going to, though he is taking this 3rd gas, going for a spire instead. Interestingly enough, and kind of hiding it here, trying to hide it at the front. That is an extremely exposed location for the spire. Meanwhile, Protoss is taking the base here in this kind of back natural location. Gonna be able to saturate that pretty quickly. So we'll be on 3 base economy here. Should be bumping up to about 8 gates, 8 to 10 gates really soon here. Especially with that additional mineral income coming online here at the 3rd base. He's going to be able to field a massive army here soon. And with double forge, he's going to have his upgrades catching up. We don't have double evolution chamber here for a 1-5. So he may end up getting caught off guard by this. Looks like he does come in and spot the spire. That's such a weird location for the spire. Seriously, so strange here to have the spire in that position. Looks like Hydra's not going to be able to get back here and save this overlord, unfortunately. We're not producing any more Corsairs here. Just getting range for Dragoons. So he's going to push out with a bunch of Dragoons. This is not a lot of gateways. Where are all the gateways right now? He's got 57 probes. He's got enough to really start producing. I feel like you're supposed to delay. Oh yeah, here we go. He's gonna go for Maelstrom, I think, making 2 DTs right now after seeing the spire and not producing any Corsairs. It's gonna be a Dark Templar into Dark Archon play with the Maelstrom to deal with that. Good amount of drones out here now for 815. Where and when is going to be that mutalist switch? There we go. 5 mutas are in production, but he's also going for lurker aspect at the same time. This is not something you honestly see very often. Usually it's going to be like a mass Hydra. You're going to have huge rallies of Hydras. Look at all the drones popping out here as well. My God, that's a lot. He's going to have a huge saturation here soon. And you would usually see a player would go like this. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's actually a drop with the 2 DTs. That is not what I was expecting. and the drop's gonna move around here. It looks like it's been warded away. I guess it was spotted maybe by this sling over here. So the shuttle's not gonna get in, but the two drops, or the two DTs are out on the map. They are gonna get caught, one of them at least, by this Overlord and the mutas here. So nice shutdown. I really thought that was gonna be for Dark Archon. Maybe he hasn't realized this, because what I was gonna say earlier is that what you do is you make a ton of mutas, you fly in as the army's moving out, kill the few Templar in that army, and then just crush the Dragoons and Zealots with mass Hydra. But he's actually going for Lurkers here as well, so this is very interesting to me. We'll see how this pans out. Just one or two Lurkers so far are being morphed, and a lot of Hydras are coming forward. We've got +1, +2 is on the way. We're getting drop as well. 815, sneaky boy here. Gonna go for that drop play. We'll see how it pans out. This can be very strong. Going up against this base, it's very hard to get your army back through here. You know, getting your army through and back down here to defend is very, very difficult. So that could come in a huge way. We've got Queen's Nest, Lurker aspect, or more Lurkers being morphed, excuse me, aspect has been done for quite some time. Hydra's spreading out everywhere, but you do need to get these all onto control groups right now as the Protoss army moves forward. You're gonna have to hit this from multiple angles with a huge group of Hydras and dodge storms effectively. Otherwise, you're probably gonna end up getting wrecked. Now, he hasn't come forward to try and snipe any Templar here, and he's gonna start to come forward. Yeah, you can see he was expecting Protoss to move a little bit farther forward, and then he would be hitting from multiple angles. Okay, coming forward now, actually sniping a few Templar, and looks like he gets all the Templar. Oh my goodness. Drop play here in the back base here, the 4th base of 815. He could end up killing this. That would be a huge victory, but losing the entire army in the middle of the map would be much worse for Protoss. He's blocking a lot of this. He's gonna get some big spines on these Dragoons as they try to retreat, kind of blocking them out, and now he can really start to run this down. Coming forward once again, Lurkers are stacked up though, and Templar are here with their storms. 815 realizing it, knowing he has to spread, falling back with the Lurkers now instead of burrowing on top, and these are some amazing storms, just annihilating a lot of these Hydras. But those earlier lost storms are starting to hurt Paralyze here, and look at this, he's gonna lose this Templar as well. Did we lose the hatchery? Yeah, the 4th hatchery did go down, so that's a big loss, but both players are bleeding right now. This 4th base really needs to be canceled. It needs to be stopped by 815. You cannot allow Protoss to get ahead of you on bases here. He should have moved forward with his Lurkers and his reinforcements to get up here and actually push this advantage that he's got in army supply right now. Try to kill this base, but I guess he's a little bit too distracted trying to reset up this expansion and maybe try to take another base down in the bottom right. Now moving forward here with his army, he's going to be able to deny this gas, it looks like, over the wall, and that might force an engagement here from Paralyze, who's not going to want to be denied here this gas for too much longer. Pretty good storms coming down here, warding away the Hydras, not allowing them to fight, while the Dragoons deal with at least one of the Lurkers. Running out low on Templar energy here. There's going to be 1 or 2 more storms, and that's going to be it. So he will lose the Archon. A lot of Dragoons retreating right now. Templar are being sniped. Mutas being used here to finish those Templar off. Very nice play from 815, but he's killed the majority of the army once again. However, I don't think this hurts Paralyze too badly. He's lost a lot of Templar. He's lost a lot of his Dragoons, but look, he's got this base online. As long as he keeps this base alive, he retakes this gas over here. I guess he does need to get a Templar or something down here to clear out this Lurker before he can get that gas, but he's got plenty of gateways now, and he's going to be able to pump out a full army, whereas we haven't really seen the Zerg player grow too much on the map, but we've kind of forgotten one aspect, which is that drop play. When is he going to start to utilize that? And where is he going to start to utilize that? Is he going to go for, you know, dropping some of these bases and taking these bases? Is he going to try and do a big attack into this back base over here. Looks like this is just barely out of range, I think. Yeah, that was just barely out of range, that drop. These 4 zealots may be able to make their way down here and possibly deny this base over here, while 815 is pushing forward with a huge lurker force. No storm on these big clumps of lurkers. Missing an opportunity here is Paralyzed to storm basically all the lurkers here and kill them. This base being held, though, that's a lot of cannons up there. He definitely can afford it. 1,500 minerals in the bank. This hatchery is gonna go down. That's so bad for 815. He really needed that additional base. ASAP. Looks like the zealots are not gonna finish off the base, actually. This could be a huge blunder. Ooh, trying to run in here and kill these cannons, but the probes are coming off to help defend. 1 Templar gonna be brought over with a shuttle. Dragoons dealing with a lot of these lurkers. While the Hydras were busy in the north, so this position is much weaker. Man, this really does hurt. Oh, he gets it with the last side blade swipe. Are you kidding me? I'm glad I just caught the end of that. That's crazy. But he just barely managed to finish that off. And the hatchery goes down, so no 5th base yet for 815. And 4 base to 4 base, it does go in the favor of Protoss here. We don't have any defilers out. We have the hive. We have melee upgrades coming, and just getting a metabolic boost now. That's hilarious. That happens to me a lot of the time as well, especially when you go for a Hydralisk bust in the early game. Oh! Actually, I don't know what was in there. I'll put a PMP in there to see what was in that shuttle just a moment ago, but here we go. Pushing everything back. Dragoons getting kind of mopped up here. We don't have enough storm. And maybe moving out a little bit too fast is Paralyzed. Trying to take some position on the map. He doesn't really need to push right now, but I guess skirmishing over and over again with the Zerg forces him to continue making units and fighting over and over again. But just as long as he denies a 5th base, and he's on 5 or 4 bases himself, he should eventually be able to put together a death ball army that can beat whatever Zerg comes out with. Now, this is not that death ball army. He needs more storm in here. He needs a larger dragoon count as well. Great storm on the top. My god, that was brutal. So many Hydras getting killed there. What was that, like 7 Hydras just died to 1 storm? Not the greatest control from 815, but he's dealing with a lot right now. He's trying to take these trades as best he can, get the snipes that he can on the Templar, as well as put down more hatcheries, get his defilers mound going, get defilers out, and get this base, primarily getting this base working here is the main concern for 815. A lot of Hydras moving down here to help defend. We're not ready for Paralyze to move out. Paralyze is not ready to move out on the map and actually try to take a fight down here. So he is going to have to back away. Another Templar going to lose its life on the retreat. And I don't know, guys. I feel like the story here of this game has been Paralyzed trying to move out a little bit too quick. He's done the right things with these constant drop harassments. He's done a very good job with them. And, you know, denied bases. But he really needs to not lose his army over and over and over again. Otherwise, he will eventually just kind of, you know, eventually 815 will just take more and more of the map. And he will overwhelm this kind of mediocre-sized army, medium-sized army that Paralyze has put together. Okay, Paralyze pushing southward once again. There's not a whole lot of defense down here. We don't have any lurkers. I don't know what happened to them. Something happened with the lurkers, though, and this is never a position you want to be in. Okay, 815, he might be dead now, because the problem is you are kind of trapped here as Protoss, but you're forcing the Zerg to run into this position. He has to run through here, and the storms are there to just defend this. So it's really, really hard. Of course, I think he will lose the whole army, but he's managed to kill the base again. And this base up here in the top is being taken. Oh, great storms. The reinforcements coming down here from Paralyze as well. Let's take a look at the upgrades. 3-3 is done. 2-2 on the side of Zerg. He's just about to finish that 3rd upgrade. Should be getting that soon. Oh, God. It's so painful. Getting shoved back here. Once again. One zealot gonna be left to deal with this hatchery. I think Paralyze has got this, guys. 815 has played a decent game, but he never utilized that drop play that he spent all those resources into. He really was lacking on the number of lurkers in these armies as well after that initial attack. And I think this attack into here was not a good choice from him. He really messed up with that attack. And Paralyzed here sitting with 61 probes. He's mined out of his main. He's mined out of his natural for the most part. But he's got plenty of mineral patches to work with. Plenty of resources over here at the top. Looks like he's pushing in for the final kill here. Right on top of the reinforcement rally of his opponent. While simultaneously dropping into this back base. Again, this hatch is very, very low on HP. Just 238 HP there, and the Dragoons are pushing right up into the rallies. We've got more units spamming out here from our Protoss. Drones are fighting Zealots right now, and they've got 3-3. You're never going to kill a Zealot with a drone at this point. They just have so much HP. We haven't seen a Defiler either, which is very unfortunate. We got the Defiler's Mound, we got the Hive, but we never went to Defiler. We never transitioned into the Mass Ling style either, which is a little bit disappointing from 815. He tops out. Paralyze gonna win this game. 815 being taken down here on a Lacampanella. I think it was an impressive game from Paralyze, but definitely mistakes are made on both sides. I mean, mistakes are made on both sides in every game of Brood War. It's just par for the course, but definitely more mistakes being made by 815. It felt like he kind of lost the script after, you know, he did this big push up here, and he realized this base was already taken and had a lot of cannons. He was like, I don't know what to do. He kind of just ran in here with his Hydras. He lost all his lurkers, and then he didn't really build any more lurkers after that. Very confusing, interesting game here between Paralyze and 815. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.